Recruiter here, the headless headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resumes. This resume is a data analyst, and what we're looking for in a data analyst. Also, I want to tell everybody that's still here, I review other non-tech resumes, but 50% of the resumes that are sent to me on tech, so that's why there's so many tech resumes, but I do review other resumes. So this, for a data analyst, what we need is degree, industry, SQL, data visualization, Tableau, Power BI, Looker, stakeholders, explaining technical concepts to non-technical stakeholders, how you solved a problem with data, not what the data is, MS Excel, macros, pivot tables, VLOOKUP, Word, Python, R, multiple projects and deadlines, and bonus for cloud. So what industry is most of what I need in the vast majority of job descriptions are going to say all of this, but for some of them, they're going to specify a very particular industry. So maybe it's healthcare where you need HIPAA 7, I think it is, or maybe it's, I'm going to say SaaS where you need some SaaS information or AI, but there's going to be a couple of industry qualifications that I'm not going to be able to really catch. So let's see if I can find these in 20 seconds to see if this person is yeeted or deleted, which is unfortunately how long recruiters have to look at resumes. We only have 20 seconds, and the recruiter that spends more than 20 seconds on most resumes is the recruiter that gets fired for inefficiency. So go. This is an abomination. Oh gosh, I hate this nightmare. What is this? Where's your degree? Okay, there. Okay, stakeholders and built secure pipelines. That's okay, I guess. Optimize and audited queries. I'm not looking for reliability, SQL records, and declined. That's all the time we had. So, where did this resume go wrong? Everywhere. This is a very bad resume. First off, you want your formatting to look like this. This is on my website. This is how you want your formatting to look. This is how you do it. The link is in the description below. But you try to cram everything into one page, and I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter. The page length is overblown. A lot of people say your resume needs to be one page, or your resume needs to be like 3 pages, or 1 page, or 2 pages. It doesn't matter. As a recruiter that is recruited for a variety of industries, the most important part of your resume is the first half of the first page. Anything after that doesn't really matter. Could it be good or bad? Yeah, that's fine. But the first half of the first page is what mattered. And the problem is they fill this with this. And this is not needed. Skill sections do not work. They do not get you jobs. You should not have a skill section. I will stand proudly on that hill. If somebody is telling you you need a skill section, they are incorrect. Skill sections are a failure state of your resume. You should not have them. Because what I'm looking for is not keywords. What I'm looking for is qualifications. And the difference between those is this. So a qualification is a keyword, right? Which is one of these, right? That is a part of it. But it is a keyword plus how you used it, plus where you used it, plus the reason or result of you using it. And if you do not have those 4 things, it does not equal a qualification, with the exception of education or certificates. Those are an exception. As long as I see those, you're good. And this is why we are not keyword hunting, because if we were keyword hunting, well, this would be fine. You had everything I need, but we're not. We're qualification hunting. And because you did not state how you did that, you actually have an okay one with SQL and JavaScript, but the rest of them are bad. It's not a qualification. So this is some of the stuff that I would want, but I need it here. So now we dig into the actual bullet points, which again are massively hard to read because of the font size you chose. This is really how you want it to look. Is generated business requirements from faculty, stakeholders, and build secure pipelines with documentation and Confluence, ensuring compliance with National Science Foundation NFS standards. That is actually not the worst bullet point. It's not great, but it's not the worst. So how I would write that is, I don't care that you've gathered requirements from stakeholders. I want to know how you influence them, how you taught them. And the result of that would be to build secure pipelines using PHP, SQL, and JavaScript, which is fine because I'm looking for SQL. I don't know if I'm really looking for PHP or JavaScript. And the reason a result of you doing it is this, which again is fine. But the problem is I'm not really looking for generating business requirements. I'm looking for, like, created a dashboard for stakeholders to easily explain complex topics, to ensure compliance with blankety blankety blank. So that's the problem here, is you almost wrote this right, but you actually didn't put the keyword that I needed, essentially, because you had the how, the reason, or result, and the where. You did not have the what. So, and then you go down here, and this is okay. No, it's actually not okay. So, optimized and audited SQL queries with blah, 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 blah. I'm not looking for this. The SQL I am looking for, but you already stated it here, so you don't need to state it again here. In fact, the only thing I've gotten from this is SQL. And if you notice, you only need about 75% of these to move forward. Candidates think you need 100%. That's false. You need 75%. But most resumes look like this, and if you look at this, that's one of the things I'm looking for. Where's data visualization? Where's speaking with stakeholders by explaining complex topics? Where is how did you solve a problem with the data, not what the data was? Where's MS Excel? What about macros, pivot tables, Word? Where's Python, R? Where's the multiple projects and deadlines? I see none of that. I do see industry. I'm going to give you this. I think this might be industry specific, so that's fine. But if you only have 2 of the qualifications I need in the first half of your resume, well, I guess 3, because we are counting education. If you only have 3 in the first half of the first page of your resume, that's not enough. That's not 75%. You're going to get yeeted and deleted. This is why you're getting rejected, is they only get down to here and they say, okay, you don't have enough, bye. And then we go down here, and again, no, you need to show me how and the reason and result. This doesn't count. There we go. This is closer. Developed an interactive sustainability dashboard. You did not say data visualization, but you did put Tableau, which is fine. But I need a little bit more. And then you filled it with integrating data sets from OECD, which maybe that's industry related. I don't know. If it's not industry related, it shouldn't be in your resume. Automated pipelines to retrieve, parse, and standardize multi-source ecological data, cutting manual preparation time by 40%, ensuring reproducibility. Why do I care? Look, I'm not saying you're not impressive. You have a terrible resume. It's a nightmare to read, and it's bad, but that doesn't mean you're bad. Resumes don't show how good you are. That's not what they're for. You try to use it to show how good you are, how much of a great data analyst you are, and it failed. So let me read your actual note. Maybe that will change what I've thought. But it says you've applied to over 150 applications and not gotten any interviews. I've been applying to so many jobs, and I don't know why I'm not getting past the ATS machines. It's not the ATS. It's your resume. It's terrible. This is not an ATS issue. This is your resume is garbage. I've had my resume reviewed multiple times by universities' career counselors. I would like to speak to them. Please set me up to speak with them, because they are giving you bad advice, or you're not following their advice. One or the others. But it just seems like a dead end every time. Yeah, because this is garbage. Like, this is a terrible resume. Again, what you have, your skills are not terrible. I'm not calling your skills terrible. I'm calling this minimum qualification document bad. And I want you in the comments or to message me to let me talk to your career counselors, because they are hurting people's chances. I might even title this video "Terrible Career Counselors Give Bad Advice" or something, because this is not a good resume. This is. And I've gotten international students interviews for data analyst and other positions too. But you need to focus on the minimum qualifications of the role, which is this stuff, and not all of this other junk. And you need your formatting to look like this. This I can read. This is... I don't know what it is. So, if you ever need more help, you can always come on to my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlestheadhunter. And, you know, please share this and like it and comment it. Share it with your friends that need help. It helps me out and will help them out, because they're going to get good advice. So thank you all for that, because I really could not do it without all of you. And let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a machine learning engineer. They have a degree that they have. We need the degree, machine learning, ML, models, LLM, NLP, generative AI, Python, R, C++, Cloud, SQL, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Skibidi-learn, Pandas, NumPy, LangChain, or LangGraph, although I think it's a little bit more for agents than it is for sort of LLM stuff, but maybe they want it still. RAG, customer-facing, stakeholders, clients, be the subject matter expert, and bonus for CAD, FEA, Git, CI/CD, finite element analysis, and API. Whew! So I think this person actually has a good ratio, so I'm expecting this to be solid, but maybe that's incorrect. So let's review it and go. Okay, deployed in LLM. Okay, good. AWS, it has that too. Don't care about this. Python automation, okay. It's kind of what I'm looking for. This is mid. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Okay, so here's in the wrong place. And AI trading deep. Okay, so this is okay-ish. I don't know if I can move this forward, but it has some of what I need. I wish the formatting was better and it had just more of what I need, because, like, I found... Actually, I didn't see anything about machine learning, which was kind of a problem. Did I see anything about machine learning? Oh, all the way down there. Yeah, you have to be very explicit. Don't just say deployed an automated LLM. Say deployed a machine learning LLM. You need to be blunt with it. It's entirely probable that the recruiter who is reviewing the resume does not know that ML is machine learning, or that LLM is specifically part of machine learning or can be. You need to be blunt with it. Because there's not a lot of LLM engineer roles. There are machine learning and AI engineer roles. So, all right, what did you state? Did get an offer for a spring internship. Okay, well, is this an intern? Oh, it's an intern. I'm a fool. This is a machine learning intern. That's completely different. All right, I missed that. That's on me. That's a recruiter failure. You did not do anything wrong. So let me get the actual internship requirements up, because that will definitely change it. Your education should still be at the top, though. All right, so for an intern, what we need is machine learning, Python, C++, SQL, Python or C++. You don't need both. PyTorch, TensorFlow, Cloud, LLM, AI, generative AI, ChatGPT, takes direction, criticism, work well with others. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So, second time, we're going it around, and go. All right, LLM, a little bit of Cloud is fine. Python is good. A little bit of ETL, I'm not really caring about, but we have LLM and endpoints and SQL. That's good. You don't really tell me how you worked with others, but it's not the worst. So you have the basic tech stack. Your formatting's off again. It should look like this, but your education also should be up top. I would like a little bit more about how you could work well with others, though, because I'm kind of missing that. So let me read what you actually wrote to me. Did get an offer for a spring internship, not in the role specified above, but adjacent. Just wondering how I can land more interviews for the role I'm more interested in. Thank you for your content on Instagram, by the way. No worries. So, yeah, a big issue with this is you completely... your formatting, right? Your formatting is bad. It's not the worst ever, but it's not good. But your bullet points are missing something. I think you actually do have the tech stack. This is most of what I'd want in the tech stack. I would like you to be very explicit and show machine learning, right? But I'm missing how you take direction and criticism and you work well with others. And somebody in my chat actually said this, and I'm going to start stealing it, is you're trying to impress me, which is less of what I'm looking for. I want to see that you've done this before and you can do it again. So less of insights covering 500 equities, reducing manual worksite interview, and more engineered and deployed an automated LLM pipeline on AWS for our to reduce manual workload. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for being impressed. I'm looking for, have you done this and can you do it again? But your tech is mostly good. Like I said, a bigger issue is you don't show you can work well with others. Yeah. And then this is like nonsense. There's like nothing here I really would care about. Here, which I don't know if people can see, again, nothing I care about. But I need you to write how you work well with others and take direction and criticism. I understand that sounds ridiculous because you've gone through all of this and you are clearly a smart person. You don't get to be a machine learning engineer by being a fool, but unfortunately, sometimes interns or interns in general start their first day at the office and they have a meltdown. The manager says, hey, your code's bad, fix it. And they look at them in the eye and start cursing. So it is important to put that, unfortunately. I need to know that you can work well with others and take direction and criticism. And I need you to stop impressing me and more just showing me that you've done it before. Next, resume. This is a resume of a data engineer. So this person, the only thing they said was just H1B and no ratio. So I really want you to tell me more than that. The more information you give me, the better. But data engineer, what I need is Python, ETL or ELT, Scala, data algorithms, SQL, big data, so Kafka, Spark, Hadoop, cloud, data X, so data models, data lakes, data, whatever. Snow, so anything involving snow, Flake, Pipe, Site. Ability to manage, communicate, data plans to non-technical people. Every single person refuses to put that on, but it's absolutely critical. And SDL, so and then industry, which could be SDLC or whatever. Bonus for DevOps, Jira, Confluence, and MS Office. So if you are on an H-1B and you have your I-140 approved, you may want to actually mention that in the summary instead of this. You don't want an actual summary. You just want to state that as I have an approved I-40, companies can, accept my X or Y with no extra costs, because otherwise there is a big difference between like a fresh H-1B and then how much you have left, and then if you have an I-140 approved or not. Is it I-40 or I-140? Anyway, so let's see. What do I need? So let's go. 20 seconds and go. Again, nothing here matters. PySpark. Okay. What? Nothing. NLP maybe. What? Okay, so this has nothing I need. Maybe CI/CD. Yeah, there's nothing here. This is completely blank. This has absolutely nothing. This is not what I'm looking for. You need to redo this. Also, your education needs to be up at the top. So at the very bottom, you put a technical skill section, which, oh, look, coincidentally has everything I would be looking for. But I cannot use it because it's not in here. Also, do not write your bullet points like this. I've seen this a couple of times where you bold the first part and then do the sentence. Don't do that. It makes it harder to read. Just write it like this. Nope, that's the previous one. Just write it like this. All right. Is this for a barista or a cashier? Yeah, but guess what? You write the resume the same. The differences between a resume of a cashier and a master's level data scientist or a data engineer, basically nothing. It's just a little bit of the content. You still write it the same way. This is how you write your resume, not this. And I need the stuff that you shoved into the skills section in here, because this is why you're getting rejected. And the H-1B, it's much, much tougher for internationals to get one, unfortunately. But the only thing I really found here was cloud. Yeah, there's like nothing here. And maybe I missed it, but this is a giant wall of text and we have 20 seconds and plenty of candidates. And as you are on an H-1B, unfortunately, your resume has to be exceptional. So you need to use this stuff and you need to put it in here and make your resume easier to read. This is a nightmare. Stop trying to impress me. I don't care. I just want to see what you've done. I don't care that you've demonstrated 2.4 million annual savings opportunities. Next, resume. This is a full stack software engineer. So what we're looking for in a full stack software engineer is, I think I already said it, so I don't need to go again. But yeah, this stuff. Let's see. Can I find it in 20 seconds? Let's go. Okay, degree, good. Don't care about this. Graded 85 students. Why do I care? Oh, and okay, mentored students in Python. That's okay. That's nice. What is all these numbers, bro? But nothing else besides Python. Full stack job party using Jenkins. Okay, don't care. CI/CD I do. Docker I might, and Azure I do. This is actually your first good sentence. So yeah, you would get rejected. This is your only good sentence so far. Like, I get what you were going for with this, and there is a way to write your resume like this where you show how you taught other people, but you're focusing on the amount of people. I don't want to see that. I want to see taught a graduate level course in Python, X and Y, which, for X amount of students. Like, it has to be at the end. You focused on these percentages. I don't care. I don't care that you prepped 100 coding exercises. I'm not asking for that. And the big problem is I only saw Python and CI/CD. I didn't even get down to here. Where's the TypeScript? Okay, your JavaScript, HTML, and CSS is all the way down there. Bro, no. The very first thing I need to see for a full stack software engineer is TypeScript or another primary language like Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Those should be the first things I see. What did this person write to me? International student, just one interview, 2 OAs, which is online assessments. So basically first stage. More than 500 applications in. I only apply to roles which suit me and also network with people in cold email. I don't believe cold email is going to work for you, but cold email just does not work. But yeah, your problem is the fact that your resume is terrible. This is why. You're focusing on so many weird things. I again, Stop impressing me. It's less about impressing me and showing me what you've done. And this resume, it doesn't show that you've done anything. Like, why do I care that you've done 100 coding exercises? This is fine. It's written a little weird, but this is good. But why do I care that you designed a front end in blah, blah, blah in under 10 hours? I don't care about the 10 hours. I care that you've done it. If anything, the 10 hours is going to hurt your chances. Like, your resume doesn't really start until here, but by that time, I've already lost interest. We have 20 seconds. I need you to make it like this, and I need you to start with just developed a full stack job portal using Jenkins, blah, 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 or taught X amount of students in blah, 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 blah. But this doesn't show that you know full stack. It just shows that you did Python, and that's it. So I need you to stop with this impression. All right. Again, you're trying to show how good you are. You're going to fail. Resumes do not show how good you are. It's not what they do. They don't. It's not what they're built for. Like later on, you had some of the stuff I'd like, right? I would need some cloud ideally, but you did later on have like React and APIs and RESTful APIs and all that good stuff, but no one's going to get all the way down there. So I need you to focus on what's actually important. Because this is why you're having issues. And the fact that you're an international student, to be clear. But two things can be true. It could be, A, harder for you because of your nationality, which really, really, really sucks that that's the case, unfortunately. I hate that that is the case. That you're on a visa, and that means a lot of other opportunities are close to you. And your resume sucks. But, like, even if you were a U.S. citizen or green card holder, you would still probably have about the same ratio. Maybe a little bit better, but not much. Because you just wrote this poorly. You need to rewrite this. I need you to rewrite it in a way that is easy to read, easy to understand, and shows me what you've done. Not what you've succeeded at, what you've done. Next resume. This is a resume of a machine learning engineer. So what we're looking for in an ML engineer is degree, machine learning, models, LLM, NLP, generative AI, Python, R, C++, Cloud, SQL, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Skibbity, Learn, Pandas, NumPy, LangChain, RAG, customer-facing stakeholders, clients, be the subject matter expert, and a bonus for, dang, I almost did in one breath, CAD, FEA, Git, CI/CD, finite, and APIs. So, can I find those in 20 seconds? Also, this person's ratio is terrible. It's over 150 to 1, which is garbage, but they did not tell me anything else than that, so this is all I have to go on. And go. Okay, LLM, good. Hugging Face, good. All right, and then, I don't care about this. And then nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Maybe C, I guess, is good, so C is fine, but nothing here. I don't care about CUDA. And then AWS is okay, and then nothing. So yeah, this is, I mean, it's not the worst, right? Like, I found a couple of things and they wrote them right, but it didn't have enough. And how you wrote this was terrible. This formatting is bad. It's bad. So first off, where's your education? All the way at the bottom, guess what? If we don't find that in 20 seconds, we may assume you don't have it, and that is going to tank your chances. So your education should be here. That is why it's there. It's not that your education is more valuable than your work experience. It's that this is an easy checklist, and if we do not see it, we assume you don't have it. So you started off pretty strong. Fine-tuned LLMs, okay, good. BART mini LLMs with Hugging Face and PyTorch for RAG retrieval, okay, good. And clause extraction. And post-trained on data for enterprise use. I don't know what that means, but at least it tells me how you used it, and that's fine. And then you said boosted accuracy to blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. Stop the boosted accuracy. And then you had this, which gives me nothing except nothing. Yeah, and then you have C++ here. So you started off strong, and then you completely ruined it by having basically nothing else. I want you to remember, I don't care about these accuracies and precisions. I'm looking for, in fact, machine learning. You specifically stated machine learning. I don't see ML anywhere in here. Now, you again, here is fine, but I need it here. Did I miss it? Maybe I missed it. No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't miss it. There's no ML in here. Guess what? You can't just say ML engineer. You have to show me how you used it, and you need to be blindingly clear. Now, I bet a lot of people right now are screaming at me saying you're a terrible recruiter, blah, 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 but you need to be very blunt with it. Does CUDA imply ML? Maybe, but you can't imply it. You have to be very clear. I need you to be very clear. If you're applying for a machine learning engineer and you do not state used machine learning or machine learning tools such as, you're probably going to get rejected. You are. And I hate that fact. I know that's enraging. I do understand that, but not much I can do to change it. So you failed to put anything here besides C++. This part was solid. And then we go down here, and there's actually stuff I need. AWS, okay, good. Again, stop with the percentages. It makes it so much worse. And then I don't care about this, but you had that. So yeah, you basically ruined this with all your percentages. If you just removed every single number in this resume besides the dates, it would be better. And speaking of the dates, you messed up here too. Whenever you write a non-school date or a non-certificate date, so basically not counting the education section, or projects, because project dates don't matter as much. But for internships and work experience, I need to know the months as well as the year. Because this could be that you worked here from December 2024 to February 2025. Or it could be you've started at January 2024 until now, which is anywhere between 3 months and 2 years. So this could be 1 month. This is 1 month. This could be 1 month. You need to put the months. This is non-negotiable. So yes, this is why you're struggling, is this is filled with junk that I don't care about, so that it buries the stuff that I do care about, and you don't have the months and the dates. Those are like really, really, really big yellow flags for recruiters, because almost every time somebody does that, they actually was only there for like 2 months instead of a year or two. So that's all I can do for this one. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share it to your friends that need help or family that need help searching for a job. I am here to help, and if you ever need more help, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter, and I will see you all in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search.